Governor Asa Hutchinson now says he regrets signing a ban on mask mandates and is calling a special session of the state legislature in hopes of reversing it. The news comes as the debate grows over masks in schools and more students head back to class. I want to bring in the president of the American Federation of Teachers, Randi Weingarten, for more on this. Randi, thanks for being here. How are teachers responding to this debate over mask mandates?
So, by and large, teachers want the mask mandates across the country. It's not that teachers like masks. It's really uncomfortable to teach in a mask. It's uncomfortable to be in a mask. It's part of the reason why ventilation systems really have to be better. But we've just been thrown a curveball with the Delta variant, and we want, more important than anything else, schools need to be open, full on, for kids, for a safe and welcoming and joyful school year. And we need to keep them open. And that's what the mask mandate will help do, since a lot of kids are not going to be vaccinated when we come back to school. And what appears to stop transmissibility of this very transmissible Delta variant are masks. So we reluctantly, have been calling for it, in light of what both the CDC and the Association of Pediatricians have called for. And last thing I'll say is, our job is to create an environment that, helps all kids thrive. And so this politicization of everything, this polarization of everything, is just making our job much, much harder.
Now, how has the Delta variant changed the calculus when it comes to reopening schools? Do you think we could see a return to remote learning if things get worse?
So I have to be very careful now with all of my words, because I was asked that question last week. And I said, look, we're really trying. And somebody confused that with, oh, my God, are they retreating? No, we're not retreating. We have to reopen schools. But the question is, how do you keep them open? And the Delta variant has thrown us a big curveball, because we thought we'd be in a different situation right now. And so, we just have to make sure that the layered mitigation is in place, so we don't have the disruptions that happened, in the first three surges. We don't want to open and then close. We don't want to open and then have, a huge swath of schools in the states, including LA, Louisiana, Florida, Texas, where you have these huge, surges now. We don't want all of a sudden school upon school to be in quarantine. So that's where the layered mitigation becomes really important, of some physical distancing, the 3 feet, and of having the mask wearing and good ventilation.
Now, New York City is now requiring vaccinations for most public indoor activities, and many universities are mandating vaccinations for their students. So do you see a vaccine requirement down the line for teachers?
Well, we agree with de Blasio's requirements of vaccines or testing. And let me be clear, I'm 1,000%, and our union is 1,000% for vaccines. And we've put out millions of dollars now in the last few months, not only to encourage to stand up vaccination clinics, but to encourage our kids and our families to get it. And 90% of our members, 90% of our members are vaccinated. So we're looking right now to see, can we convince the rest of the holdouts? Can we organize? Can we convince them? And if we can't, what other steps need to happen? I think that the full authorization of the Pfizer vaccine is going to be really important in terms of getting over that hump. But, we're looking at all alternatives to make sure that schools are safe and welcoming. But we've agreed with Joe Biden and with Bill de Blasio that vaccines or testing is important for employees.
And you said that educators have just been through the second most challenging year of their professional lives, but that the most challenging one starts this fall. Why do you say that? What lies ahead for teachers and students?
Because what's happened is we've had this cataclysmic pandemic that has disrupted everyone's lives and killed over 600,000 people and even though it's been the same pandemic for some, people have dealt with it or have been affected by it differently. And so it has raised all the equity issues, the trauma issues, the issues around academic learning. And so this year, we have to help kids get their mojo back and feel confidence again and feel a sense of normalcy, but also accelerate learning and also deal with all the social, emotional, and traumatizing issues of everybody being apart. That puts huge pressure on teachers to do everything to help our kids succeed. And teachers already are stressed. There was a RAND study last May that showed that 78% of teachers, twice the number of other adult workers, felt huge stress in not only in their lives, but because of the obligations that they have. So on top of that, you have this polarization, like in Florida, where you have the single highest number of cases this weekend, and you have a governor who says, I'm not going to do the safety precaution of having masks. So there's a lot of stress and there's a lot of obligation on teachers right now, but they're up to it and they want to help our kids succeed.
So, Randi, while we have you, I also want to get your reaction to the findings of this investigation into the New York governor. You're obviously known Governor Cuomo a long time. You served on his Education Reform Commission. So what do you make of these allegations and his response to them?
Look, and I say this more in sadness than anything else since I've known the governor for many, many, many years. What Attorney General James found was that the governor's conduct was repugnant. It would be repugnant, I can't even say that word, for any person in a position of power, much less the governor. But I found his response to be equally repugnant. These women stepped forward. This AG's report was done well and in the highest degrees of scrutiny. Of scrutiny, and instead of actually seeing that the charges are serious, the governor is still attempting to deflect politically. I think he has no choice but to resign. And it's really it's a sad day for New York, but it is a good day for the fact that the AG took this seriously and made it clear that these women had something that they needed to make sure was clear, and that we as public officials around the country need to make sure that that we do not brook harassment or bullying in the workplace.
All right. American Federation of Teachers President Randi Weingarten. Randi, we appreciate your time today as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.